Latif, our sign language interpreter tonight is Philip Omondi. The talks between the Council of Governors and the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers has borne no fruit today. Consequently, the union has vowed to continue with the industrial action until the government implements their demands. The union has been on strike for 44 days, with clinical officers who are still working in some of the public hospitals now downing their tools for what they cited as the government's lack of goodwill.
With the doctors ending their strike, eyes on the talks between the government and the Clinical Officers Union.
We hope that everything that we are demanding will be agreed, as we are very ready to even call off the strike even today.
This group of white jackets was hoping for white smoke at the end of the talks.
The strike for clinical officers continues in earnest. And as from the 16th, we had allowed the critical care and anesthetists to continue operating in national government. But they have slowed in their negotiations, being that on the 44th day of the strike, we are yet to enter into a return to work agreement with the national government. We will be withdrawing all the staffs, anesthetists, critical care, and all the staffs under the Ministry of Health, including those working under the Port Health, those working under Mathare Hospital, those working under KU, Kenyatta University Hospital, those working under spinal injury, and all those who are paid from the Ministry of Health.
This is a process that will be a give and take, where we give, where you take, where you give, we take. But at the end of it all, let us be guided by what Wazungu said, the end justifies the means.
Even with the talks commencing, the union continued with their Tuesday protest in Nairobi in a bid to pile pressure on the government to heed their grievances.
Wagonjwa wanaumia. Remember 95%, and it's not something that we are just making claims. 95% of Kenyans, 95% of the 50 million Kenyans are seen by the clinical officers. 95%.
Due to the clinical officers' strike, Meru Teaching and Referral Hospital has implemented a temporary suspension of all elective surgeries, citing difficulty of maintaining their usual operations.
The healthcare workers in this country need a central management system where they can directly negotiate or rather get allocation from the treasury to employ, because then when the national government says that the county will do that and they do not have any budgetary, they still depend on treasury, and treasury is not aware about what is supposed to happen. Then we are left as orphan, as healthcare workers.
As the union and the government haggle in the boardrooms, it is a totally different story for sick Kenyans in the hospital wards and crowded corridors. Husna Mohammed, KT News, Nairobi.
Thank you, Husna. From the hospital wards to the classrooms where junior secondary school students